Hello, today Dougal and I are back at Lowdhams, the UK's Airstream agent, and for the fourth and final look at one of the UK Airstreams. This is the newest kit on the block. This is the 25IB. Quite a unique Airstream in many respects. So without further ado, let's go for a closer look, starting with the exterior. So here we are, the all-new 25IB. Now it has to be said, this is very different from the other three models, and it's probably the most American. For example, if you look at the gas locker box, it's the American style rather than the European style. It's actually on a hybrid chassis. Now I've talked about this chassis before. We did look at this, folks, at the Düsseldorf show in September 2020, and I will leave a link to that video in the description below, where we had a first look at the Airstream 25IB. So I won't go too much into the chassis or anything now, but as you can see, it is the most American looking of all the Airstreams, with those wheels, and as ever comes with a zipped awning, and it's got a knot coupling. Knot. Anyway, it's not an Alco, it's a knot. Sorry about all the noise here. They're having some demolition works done here at Lowdhams, so it's a bit noisy. But here you go. As ever, we've got the optional screen guards here to protect the windows. This is the other side. Looks really, really good. But I've got to show you around the back, folks, because there's something that, I don't know, just doesn't really look right to me, but see what you think. That is the road legal reflective triangles that we have to have in the UK. I don't know about you, but they just don't look as integral as they do on these other European Airstream models. They just look a little bit like an afterthought to me, but obviously that's personal choice. So there's a quick look at the exterior. I go and grab the wide-angle camera, give you a sweep of the interior, and then we'll talk about the interior in a little more detail. Okay, so there you have a quick sweep of the interior. One thing I haven't mentioned yet, folks, is the length of this, which is 8.25 meters. That is the same as a 684. So body length of about 6.8 meters, so 25 foot, 25 IB. The details in the clues in the name. But the elephant in the room, folks, is the weight. I'm just going to get in out of the noise here. The elephant in the room is the weight. The MRO of this caravan, wait for it, is 2,400 kilos, giving you an MTPLM of 2,750 kilos. Now, in the UK, it's recommended you do not tow above the curb weight of your car. And if you can find a car with a curb weight of 2,750 kilos or above, then good luck with that. I'm sure they exist, and I'm sure the lovely Paul here at Lowdhams will be able to advise you on a suitable tow vehicle, but your choice will be severely limited with an MTPLM of 2,750 kilos. So as we look in the interior, one thing you'll notice is this wooden effect. So it's a more traditional interior than the cleaner, more minimal interiors of the rest of the range, the ones with the European numbers, 534, 604 and 684. So as you can see, we've got this wood rather than the grey effect, which makes a change for people who would prefer this. As ever, the lounge upholstery is available in 64 shades, 64 different colours. And that table, you can take the table away. And so you can remove the table, but to remove it and to replace it, folks, having just done it, it's quite heavy, it's quite cumbersome. But at least you can take it away, unlike the 684, where you can't take the table away. So the other thing is too, the table legs are not in the centre. So this is set at the moment for, you could comfortably sit 4, maybe even 6 people around the table. But if you want, you can switch the table round and it's further this way, so it goes up sort of against that cushion at the front there, and it gives you more space here. So that's a neat idea. The legs are not in the center, so you can position the table one of 2 ways, either for 6 people to eat or for 4 people to relax and give you a little bit more floor space. So that's a really neat touch. The kitchen is very similar to the other Airstreams. It's just got a bigger sink, Corian worktops as ever, but we have a humongous sink here. I mean, it's just enormous, matron. But we've got the same cooker as we have in every other Airstream, with the 3-burner hob and the combi grill oven. That is actually slightly different. We've got a different trivet on the top there, rather than the more American style trivets in the rest of the caravans. But you can also see we've got the more modern Dometic fridge freezer here, which the access from both sides, which is really neat. This model comes with air conditioning as standard. Whether you like it or not, you can have you're getting air conditioning with this one. And then as we go through to the bedroom, just notice you've got substantially less clothes space in this caravan than you have in a 684. You've just got the one wardrobe there, and you've got this curtain separating off that's kind of getting stuck in the wardrobe door. Anyway, and the bed you have to pull out at night, because even though the caravan is 8 foot wide, you can see it's propped up there. The bed pulls out, so it allows you to walk around in the day. It makes space for the Alder central heating radiator, and then this place here where the TV can come up. Now, as you know, I like to measure the beds, but unfortunately I can't in this one today, because this bed actually deploys electrically. You can see the buttons are here, but as the caravan isn't powered up, I can't actually deploy the bed. So you'll have to check with Airstream for the bed size in this one, I'm afraid, folks. But as I say, the bed comes out electrically. So that's very James Bond, isn't it? So as we go through now to the washroom, which is probably, in my opinion, the best part of this caravan, because you've got no lockers here, so it's got a nice bright and breezy open feel. It's nice and spacious. You do have to dance around the door a little bit. The door opens into the washroom, so you sort of have to step in the washroom and close the door to reveal the shower, which I think is probably the best shower in the lineup. It's a GRP shower. It's got fewer joins than the others. It's bigger, and yeah. So I think the washroom is definitely the selling point of this caravan. It is a stunning washroom. Come around here. You've got your warm towel rail there, but it is above the toilet, which isn't always a good look. So there we have the interior of the 25IB. As I say, it's the most American feeling, if that makes any sense. So the least sort of European feeling of the UK Airstream lineup. And it certainly makes for a valuable addition to the lineup and a refreshing alternative if you don't like the interiors of the other ones. Okay, so there you have a quick tour of the Airstream 25IB with the intention not to give you a full review, but to allow you to make a choice between the lineup, the models in the lineup of the UK Airstream range. So this is the largest, not by volume, it's about the same size as the 684. It's 8 foot wide, it's 8.25 meters long. And as I say though, the big elephant in the room with this particular model is its weight, with an MRO of just over 2,400 kilos and an MTPLM of 2,750 kilos, upgradable to 3,500 kilos if you really need it. So the problem is always going to be with this particular caravan is if you do want to tow it, you're going to have to find a suitable tow vehicle. But of course, many people may be considering something like this for like a garden room, for a guest accommodation, for something like that, for glamping accommodation. So don't let that weight put you off, because there are people who will be buying this who don't necessarily want to tow it. And like I say, compared with the rest of the range, this has a very different feel to it with the wood interior. You've got the best arrangement for dining, for having people over. It's the most sociable Airstream in the range, and in my opinion it has by far the best washroom in the range. So it's got certain things to, I would say, strengths and weaknesses like everything else, compromises you need to make, and it's down to you which compromises you are prepared to make and which ones you are not. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that tour of the Airstream 25IB, new to the UK market. Still, I think some little tweaks to be done, but a solid addition. It's an alternative to people who don't like the sort of more minimal interior of, for example, the 684. Same price as the 684, about £92,000, so it's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly, as I say, a worthwhile addition to the UK Airstream range. So I hope you enjoyed this video, folks. If you did, you know what to do. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already. It just leaves me to say, from Dougal and from me, from a very busy Lowdhams, thanks for tuning in. There, did you like it, Dougal? Did you like any of them? Can you muster up any enthusiasm whatsoever? No? All right. He never smiles. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.